Peace, what's going on, everybody? Hey, as the election draws closer, draws near, a lot of people still on the fence. Am I going to vote? I'm not going to vote. Truth of the matter is, if you plan to vote, everybody, please, if you're going to do the mail-in thing, as they say, give yourself a little bit of time so your message can reach the people on time so your vote can be counted. But if you choose not to vote, pay attention, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention not only to your beliefs and why you're not voting, you know what I'm saying, but pay attention to what, not only what people are voting for, but who people are voting for. Naturally, you're looking at Trump. Naturally, you're looking at Biden. Naturally, you're looking at Kamala Harris. But you need to look at everybody. You know what I mean? Because they used to say, look at on the neighborhood level. You know what I mean? Like, who's your commissioner, councilman, mayor? You know what I mean? I do believe it does start from there. The presidency and all that, I mean, that's all well and good. But you have to look at what and who is affecting your general environment. That's what you look at. You know what I mean? You build from there. You build from that platform. You know what I'm saying? So those who are planning to go out there and vote publicly, please understand it is still a pandemic. You know what I mean? A lot of people are getting lax. I don't see how. As far as what's going on, so please make sure that you're conscious about wearing your mask. Elevate others around you. If you see somebody slacking, talking with their mask down or whatever like that, hey man, correct people. You know what I'm saying? Correct people, because a lot of people, they think or they feel as though I don't have any symptoms, everything is fine, you know what, I'm good. But then you hear people, the quote unquote experts, say a large percentage of the populace is asymptomatic. You don't exhibit any symptoms. So if you know this, this is the part that I don't understand. Like, how are you and how can you assume that you straight? You know what I'm saying? Everybody should have masks on, man. Like, you see people all the time, you know what I'm saying, talking with each other, busting it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's old times, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, y'all could be transmitting that shit back and forth like ping pong between each other and don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? It's like an arrogance. Like, you feel as though, okay, ain't nothing wrong with you. So, you know what I'm saying? By me not wearing a mask, that pretty much exemplifies and shows the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm straight. Ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, man. You know what I'm saying? And people wonder why, you know what I'm saying? Like, you choose to stay away, because not only I'm staying away from you being possibly, you know what I'm saying, active with the virus, but at the same time, I'm staying away from your stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Because ignorance begets ignorance. Ignorance attracts ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm straight. I'd rather be over here dolo, safe and sound, than anything else. You know what I mean? So if you plan to go out there, protect yourself. If you're standing in these lines, because depending upon where you go, everybody may not have the same quote unquote safety protocols in play. So you have to protect yourself. And that's in life in general. You know what I'm saying? So now it's even more prevalent, man. So protect yourself, protect your health, protect your wealth. So put your mask on, you know what I mean? If you gotta put your, I mean, like you said, have some hand sanitizer with you, some Go wipes or whatever, man, to make sure that your hands, and this is another thing, man. Yes, when you wear your mask, but those times when you go to the restroom and you're washing your hands, and you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, I like to say, you sterilizing, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you wash your face. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have that mask on for a long period of time, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember, like, you're breathing and blowing within that environment as far as your mask, you know what I'm saying? So when you get these times where you're able to wash your hands and wash your face, man, you know what I'm saying? Or if you can't, like I said, if you have those Go wipes with you and you wipe your hands, man, just take one real quick, have your mask, pull it up a little bit, take one, and make sure that you wipe your face, you know what I'm saying? And then put your mask back. Keep in mind, I ain't saying take it off, but you simply pull it out, take that wipe, like a windshield wiper, you know what I'm saying? Get that whole area, boom, 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 put it back, secure your mask, shoot straight. You know what I'm saying? So, just a little tip, man, you know what I'm saying, from the Peace family, you know what I mean? I be getting ready to say Talk Nation, man, because the other channel, Real Talk Live Sports, man, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Please check the other channel out. That is the sports aspect, you know what I'm saying, to the platform. Find Your Peace is basically just, we always gonna keep it real with the people. But as far as like political aspects, news, general culture, that's where we like to keep this, you know what I'm saying. But the whole goal, mission, purpose, man, just making sure and wanting everybody to find your peace, man. Because right now, things are chaotic, you know what I'm saying. A lot is out of whack. A lot of people are out of whack. And it's hard for people to find, quote unquote, that peace, you know what I mean. And you need that, you know what I'm saying. You need to, these days, like, really put yourself on a timeout. To be able to sit down and reflect and just figure some things out, you know what I mean. So getting back to the election, everybody, go out there and vote. And that's, like I said, man, keep it real. Everybody's not going to vote. So if you're one of those people, don't vote simply out of ignorance, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying, the hell with it. Nah, you know what I'm saying. Like, be educated in why you're not voting, you know what I'm saying. Okay, if you don't believe in neither candidate, and you feel as though you don't want your voice to be, well, excuse me, your vote, not your voice, your vote, to be taken advantage of, I personally understand that, you know what I'm saying. But if you're just not voting just for the sake of not voting because you don't want to vote, you know what I'm saying, then that is a bit ignorant, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Have a reason why you choosing not to, because this is a very important election. They say this every year. This is important. This is important. But the truth of the matter is, this election is very important. So if you don't rock with either candidate, that's fine. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you need to be sure. Be sure why you are and why you are not voting. You know what I'm saying? Now, talking about this presidential election, truth of the matter, man, it was sad. You know what I mean? You got Trump and you got Biden, both on stage, you know what I'm saying. But I will have to say, man, it was more Trump than Biden. But Biden at times fell into that trap as far as getting catty, you know what I'm saying, like going back and forth. You gotta exalt, man. You gotta rise above that. You know what I'm saying? That night should have been about him making a fool of himself. You know what I'm saying? Because after everything was said and done, man, like they actually had somebody counting and tallying up how many times that Trump was, you know what I mean, interrupting Biden while he was trying to, you know what I mean, speak during his 2 minutes. The same thing in the vice presidential debate, but we'll get to that also. So moving forward, the second presidential debate has been canceled due to the president having COVID-19. Now he's saying that, oh, I'm fine, I feel brand new. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just got finished pumping you with all types of crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course you're supposed to feel fine. But see, if you yourself, the president, have been paying attention to what has been going on, not only does it take longer than 2 weeks to quote unquote bounce back from having COVID-19, especially if you are symptomatic, it takes longer than 2 weeks. But the effects of the virus on your body is not only unknown, but some of the symptoms that are known that you do hear from people, they continue to be problematic as far as breathing, as far as losing your taste, smell, body aches, certain things. Like, even though quote unquote after people bounce back from quote unquote having a virus, they are still suffering symptomatically from different ailments because of the virus. You know what I'm saying? Now, you don't know if the president is going to experience these same issues as well. Keep in mind, he does, and he is, he can basically get better treatment. You know what I mean? You have presidential doctors. But the virus is the virus. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can give you experimental this, they can give you this, but the truth of the matter is, like, they're still trying to figure some things out, and you have to be careful, and the president has to be careful as far as what he allows people to put in his body, because moving forward, he's 70 some years old. You know what I mean? Like, so moving forward, you don't want this to have any type of negative effect moving forward in your life, let alone a presidency. You know what I mean? So that's what you really need to be thinking about. But I mean, he's really thinking about basically getting reelected at this point, opposed to thinking about your overall health. The whole time this pandemic has been going on, you've been kind of like blowing it off, putting it on the wayside. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not that bad. It's China's fault. We're going to be, and everything has been wrong. He's been wrong. You know what I mean? So now the quote unquote this is hit home, because some people still don't believe that this is true. They think it's a ploy, a political ploy. You know what I mean? They quote unquote get those sympathy and empathy points. You know what I mean? But he's still behind. Now, if you do choose to do something like that, man, then that's truly sorry. Because you got people out here that have lost their life. People out here struggling and dealing with the virus currently. That's number one. And number two, all the people that's going out here, quote unquote, essential workers, going out here risking their life, time, and families to go out here and work while others stay home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really spitting in their face by not taking not taking the situation seriously, especially when it is affecting you personally and your wife and your household. You know what I'm saying? So that is what bothers people immensely, because it's like everything that's going on, like, you still think it's a game. You know what I mean? Like, you going in the Rose Garden and you walking up those steps and you're taking off your mask, letting everybody see your face. Like, dude, people know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's making it too much about the mask as far as an identity thing, opposed to a safety thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you have that mask on, it's a symbol of you being weak, or you being infected, or you being sick, or you being weak, something like that. Now, I don't understand his ideology, you know what I mean, or mindset, you know what I mean, in depth. But outside looking in, you know what I mean, like, just looking at the situation, you know what I mean, like, that's what I surmise from it, you know what I mean. But I'm not going to sit up here and say, like, that I'm totally inside his head, because that's not true. But from what I've seen and what I've heard from him speaking about the matter, as far as the pandemic in general, also about the mask situation, he's very adamant about that. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like wearing masks, never has, and I don't think he never will, despite what has transpired as far as him contracting the virus, him and his wife. And you should think about it like this. You know what I mean? Like, not only you made your wife sick, but all those people that you had when you did that quote unquote conference in the garden, and like Dr. Fauci said, you know what I mean, like, you pretty much made a super spreader event. Now, from Governor Chris Christie and to a lot of people in his quote unquote circle have been sick, as well as Secret Service staff. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the people, man, that you don't see. You know what I mean? The soldiers that he walked past, and he's walking up that platform, getting onto the chopper or to Air Force One. You know what I mean? It's tons of people that the president comes in contact with, and if he generally does not wear a mask, you know what I mean? All these people, are at risk, are at high risk, especially if you're coming into contact with the president or with his party numerous times a day or a week. It's one thing if he's coming into town and you see the president or his staff in passing, that's different. But once, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, if you are around these people, the chances of you contracting it is that much higher, exponentially, in fact. You know what I mean? Especially if nobody's wearing a mask. So if you have these issues, it ain't going to go nowhere. And that's one of the places that you definitely want to try to keep the virus out of is quote unquote the White House. And now that it is in the White House, man, now the enemy is behind the lines. Now what you going to do? Because even yet and still, the way that he's treating it is like it's all good. And you, like I said, you still got people, man, out here getting sick. Still got people dying. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't respect the game, but at the same time, the same people that you want to go out there and represent you as far as you voting for you and believing in what you're doing and your message are the same people well out here on a personal level in their lives dealing with and recovering from the virus. You know what I'm saying? So how you went about dealing with this situation, man, is really has affected his presidency and his standing as far as getting reelected. You know what I mean? So Biden truthfully does not have a difficult job. Now, if you voted for President Barack Obama, salute, my favorite president, you know what I mean? So thus far, besides Bill Clinton, you know what I mean? So when he was the vice president to President Obama, like the same thing with Hillary opposed to being the first lady of Bill Clinton, like you're using that position and time to elevate your current status as far as running. That's what I believe. Especially when you look at your options, you look at your choices, there's really none out there. You know what I mean? So if that's all that you have, if that's all that you have to go on and go for and vote for, then I don't know what to tell you. Because if you don't believe in him, you have no other options. So are you going to vote just because he's the necessary evil? You know what I'm saying? He's the antagonist. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't want to vote for this person, so I'm going to vote for him. And that's not smart. Because if you don't believe in who you're voting for, you shouldn't just throw your vote out there. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? So for whatever reason that you don't want to vote, or for whatever reason that you don't want to vote for said party, just make sure that it's a tangible reason. You know what I mean? Don't do and make these choices out of ignorance. You know what I mean? Truly understand it and realize why you are not choosing to vote. Because like I said, this is a very powerful election. And for the most part, it's a very personal election for a lot of people. Because like I said, this virus has turned the world on its ear. And if you're really not paying attention, if you're not hearing what's going on around you and in the world, then you truly lost, man. And a lot of people out here are truly lost. You know what I'm saying? Like they wake up every day unhappy, whether it's with their life, their situation, whatever, man. And then on top of that, you have everything that's going on in the world adding to that plate. So truthfully, man, you got a lot of people, man, just out here and they're not happy. You know what I'm saying? They're not happy. And people like myself, man, you know what I mean, who every day you're just trying to find your peace. No pun intended. But you're trying to find your peace. And you have to. It's imperative, man. That's the only way not only you're going to mentally stay afloat, but spiritually stay afloat. You have to hold on to the positives. You know what I'm saying? You have your health, Lord willing. You woke up. Because even if you may be ailing and you woke up this day, then guess what? Guess what? You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Because if you're not, then hopefully you're talking to somebody that will not only be there for you, but can help you get through whatever you may be going through. Because really that's what it's all about. But let's just move ahead to the presidential debate. Now, I honestly thought that the presidential debate would have been a lot better. But it wasn't, because they were still a little bit catty, going back and forth. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to see that. I honestly thought that was going to be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vice President was attacking the character of Kamala Harris. It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? And what made it bad was when the speaker had brought up a message, I guess from, a regular citizen, and they made a comment. And the gist of the comment was basically, if you guys cannot get along, how do you expect everybody else to get along? And when you wrap your head around that, it just tells you not only how the presidency, but also how the state of not only the culture, but the world is right now. You know what I'm saying? It's no, like, it ain't no unity, man. It ain't no love. You know what I'm saying? Like, people talk about, I mean, black lives always matter. You know what I'm saying? Black culture always matter. You know what I mean? But what does it matter to our own people? Like, every day I watch the news, especially in Philadelphia. Shout out to the city, man. And then you hear about every day people are getting massacred, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single day. You know what I mean? Like, yesterday, just got finished watching, like 7-8 people, man, got hit up. And one out of that 7, you know what I'm saying, passed away. I mean, it's crazy, man. Every day. And it's like, what are you out there in the streets battling for? Like, when I was a young knucklehead, because I ain't perfect, but when I was a young knucklehead and I was out there in the street running around, like, you're not tripping unless somebody else tripping. You know what I'm saying? Somebody brings something to the set, to the block, whatever like that, then you handle your business. But just being out there, just waking up every day with the sole purpose, man, to tear up the neighborhood or go start trouble. Like, no, that ain't, not only is that not healthy, but that's not smart. You know what I'm saying? It's not healthy for your well-being. You know what I'm saying? But it's not smart, because the neighborhood and the block that you want and you represent, that you hold down, quote unquote, like, you bring unnecessary attention to the block. You know what I'm saying? By going out there doing all this dumb crap. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be real smart in how you go about your business. But nowadays, it's like they're out there in the street, people just running around acting wild, doing whatever they want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. Not only I want you guys to vote, but like I said, man, be smart in who you're voting for. Because who you vote for moving forward as far as this election, you know what I mean? Because the identity of this nation has already been changed. Now, whoever you vote for is either going to continue taking this nation in the direction which I think is catastrophic, or somebody who's going to try to turn it around. And the only way that you can do that is if you truly, truly, truly want to make this world, let alone country, a better place. And in politics, you really don't see a lot of that. Like I said, you see a lot of, you know what I'm saying, narratives based around talk, but not based around change. You know what I'm saying? And truly, until you truly get somebody in there that wants to change the environment and landscape, not only of politics, but of the world, then I don't know. You know what I mean? So moving forward, man, like I said, hopefully everybody goes out, they vote, encourage other people to vote. And like I said, more importantly, man, to those who choose not to vote, don't do it out of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Be educated in that decision. Understand and know why that you're not choosing to. Don't just do it, just not to do it. I do believe that's wrong. But if you feel as though that you don't trust this party, you don't trust that party, you trust neither party, so you do not want to waste your vote or put your vote in a basket that doesn't deserve it, then I can understand that. You know what I mean? A lot of people may not, but I can truly understand that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just doing it just not to do it based upon ignorance, you know what I mean? Just to say screw it, I ain't doing it, then that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stand by and support that, you know what I mean? Because that's just ignorance. And I don't support ignorance over here. We don't do that. You know what I mean? We try to support, encourage, and stand on truth. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and if you're not doing that, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cut this one short. Just wanted to talk about the debates. Really, I wanted to do this like a couple of days ago. But I was actually a little bit I was kind of like disheartened about it, man. You know what I mean? Because I thought that I would actually see 2 debates, you know what I mean, moving forward. And I was really disappointed in both of them, you know what I mean? So I really wasn't going to do anything. But I had a couple of clips that I still had saved on my phone, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna put a video together, and I'm gonna put something out because we are edging ever closer, you know what I mean, to the election. So I said, so you know what, man, I'm gonna put some content out for the people. So hopefully, man, like you guys were able to get something from this, man. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share these videos, and like I said, man, talk to your family, talk to your friends, co-workers, moving forward about what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to vote? And if you're not, you know what I mean? Like, have these conversations, start these conversations. You know what I mean? Like, people need to stop just talking and start having conversations about things that are relevant, that are fruitful. Because there's too much time being spent wasting your breath, you know what I mean, just talking about nothing, you know what I mean. Start talking about things that are tangible, things that we need to talk about so we can make an impact going forward, you know what I mean. So this is something that we do need to talk about. So moving forward, man, hope everybody is blessed. Remember, be the first one in line to love yourself. And if you're looking for anything, I hope that you guys find peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. It's your boy. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Stay blessed, stay humble, stay motivated, stay safe. And remember, wear your mask at all times. Peace.